Hey, fourth grade, welcome back to our read aloud of Writing Freedom. I hope you guys are enjoying this book so far. I got to talk with some of my homeroom students yesterday, and we talked a little bit about the book, and I know that they've been enjoying it so far. And as one of the boys said, it's okay. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. I love it. I know Miss Brown enjoys it also. Wish we were actually reading it to you in person, but here we are. So now we're starting the chapter titled In the Middle. So remember, there was an in the beginning. There will be an in the end at the end also. I can't believe we're already through the middle of the book. By the end of our reading today, we're going to be over halfway through. It's crazy. Okay, so the questions that go along with this chapter, there's 3 of them. Please make sure you're doing them in your Google Classroom because I found that a couple of you were listening and not doing the questions. So make sure you do both. I know that we're giving away dojo points and we want to make sure that you get all of that work done so you earn your dojo points, okay? Okay, so the first question says, describe a typical day and evening in Charlotte's new life. The second question says, how does she stay in touch with Vern and Hayward? Ooh, that's something to look forward to. And the third question says, what fears does Charlotte still have? So pretty easy day with questions. I'm looking forward to it. This is actually an extremely short chapter. It's only 2 pages long. So we'll get through this one pretty quickly. And we'll read the next chapter also, chapter 6. If you are behind on any work today, make sure since this is a short reading day that you spend this time catching up so tomorrow you get to enjoy your whole Flex Friday day. All right, here we go, in the middle. After years of driving hundreds of practice runs with Ebenezer, Charlotte knew how to coodle a couch around any precarious turn. Sorry, the word was like half on one page, half on the other. When she finally did start driving real runs, she learned how to baby the most difficult passengers, and her reputation got her all sorts of requests. If there were any important party folks, they wanted the considerate and handsome young driver who had never overturned a coach. Ebenezer just laughed out loud every time a customer insisted on Charlie and no one else. And her disguise? Charlotte carried a masquerade, same as any actor in a theater play. She dressed carefully, wearing snug undershirts that kept her figure very boy-like. She wore loose-fitting, pleated flannel shirts with a buckskin vest. She favored baggy trousers, leather boots, and a broad-brimmed hat, and snug buckskin gloves. She kept a snakeskin whip tucked into her belt, and she didn't need to worry about her voice. When she was out with the horses, she practiced speaking very low. Maybe it was because she was good with the horses, or maybe it was because the townspeople didn't pay much mind, but Ebenezer's clean-shaven young driver with a warm, raspy voice just didn't arouse any suspicion. Charlotte was acting, dressing, and talking like a first-rate stage driver, so in folks' eyes, that's what she was. Anyway, Charlotte was careful to protect her identity. She didn't bunk with the other stable hands, and she preferred sleeping in the loft. And for that, they teased her something fierce about loving the horses more than she loved people. She was even cautious about the letters that she wrote to Hayward. Instead of mailing them herself, she had other drivers mail them from towns all over the Atlantic coast. She had him write to her in care of Ebenezer's stables. Now and then, Hayward would send words that he had ridden over near Concord and stopped at the orphanage to let Vern know her whereabouts. The words of encouragement that Vern sent back through Hayward always made her smile. For 6 years, she managed to stay clear of Mr. Milshark. She was 18 and fully grown, but she was still a young woman doing a man's work. If she was ever found out, her job could end in a moment's recognition, and all her dreams along with it. So that's the end of In the Beginning. Go ahead and get your questions answered, y'all. Shortest reading ever. And I will see you on the next video for Chapter 6.